You guys listen carefully to this part of the video. Welcome to the channel, but listen carefully to what they say about Michael Jackson.
Recently, a previously undisclosed truth was revealed. In Neverland, Michael Jackson shielded children from the forces of darkness, provided children with a sanctuary, protecting them from harm and abuse, yet was misrepresented by the media and the public as a criminal. He was falsely accused of abuse, while the real abusers remained undisclosed. Macaulay Culkin and other celebrities publicly defended Jackson, proving that he was not only a musical genius, but also a hero who fought for the safety and protection of children.
We live in a world of an illusion. How people, especially the powers that be, can turn anything and flip it and make you look like a complete monster. This is why learning discernment and protecting your energy is very important, because people can twist things on you and make you look horrible. Was Michael Jackson a starseed? Boy, this is something that I've been thinking about ever since my spiritual awakening. Ever since I had an awakening, I've been thinking to myself, I'm like, Michael Jackson might be a starseed, bro. You know, I've been a fan of Michael Jackson ever since I was a kid. And I remember the first time me and my cousin, we watched Thriller. I know I can speak for him when I say there was an electricity, there was a fire that we felt on the inside that we've never felt before. Like, that man, Michael Jackson was gifted. Michael Jackson was the most talented, the greatest entertainer in the entire world. There was a point in time where the man could not walk outside without being mauled, without being chased, without being just, bro, like, the king of pop, bro. The king of pop was not just a moniker. This was a staple of who he was, bro. Like, he mixed so many different genres together. He mixed so many different sounds together. Like, Beat It transcended rock and roll music just as much as it transcended pop culture. Like, people, I don't think people understand how nowadays The Weeknd does a little bit of that. Bruno Mars. These are people that are kind of like Harry Styles. They're kind of along that genre of like pop music, but like they're mixing other sounds to it, right? But anyways, we all know he's very talented. We all know he's one of the, the greatest musician of all time. It's not even close. But was he a starseed? Let's take a look at the signs, okay? One, he was born into a toxic family dynamic. He was poor, bro. He had no money, right? He grew up with a very strict father. He grew up in Gary, Indiana, which was a very hard-nosed, which, bro, is right by Chicago, bro. Right near the most violent, gang-infested city, right next to it. Gary, Indiana, in the 1958, the 1960s was rough, okay? Him and his brothers used to get their butt whooped all the time, right? Living in a house, a 2-bedroom house with 8 people, that's crazy, bro. Okay? And from the age of 5 years old all the way up until his eventual passing, the man never had a childhood. He never had a childhood. He was never able to express his innocence. Instead, he transferred or exchanged worldly pleasures that everybody else got to experience, going to the park, playing with other kids, having a regular childhood. He exchanged that for his purpose. Sounds like a starseed to me. Sounds like a being with a higher purpose to me. That's what it sounds like. That definitely sounds like a starseed to me, people. Okay? He had a higher purpose. Everybody else enjoyed his gift. Oh, look at little Michael. Oh, he's only 6 years old, and look at him dancing, and I feel so happy, feel so loved. But do you ever ask how he felt? Does anybody ever wonder how he felt? So people felt amazing. People felt high vibrations. People felt good energy. Meanwhile, he suffered on the inside. Sounds like a starseed to me. His music had such a cultural impact. Like, they were light codes. His music were light codes. His music were messages that were given to us for future generations. Okay? Beat It resembled a person or a being navigating the hard streets of Chicago or Indiana. That's what it's referenced to. Right? Thriller, right, explores the perception of your shadow side, explores the perception of who you are as a being from both elements, your shadow and your light side. They Don't Really Care About Us talks about the different societal things that us human beings nowadays are going through. Like, that song, if you go back and listen to it, now, look, bro, take a look around at the way we live nowadays. Those were messages. His music were giving us messages. His song, Another Part of Me, was talking about the Galactic Federation. It was talking about not being from here. It's talking about coming to this planet to share in love and light. His music were light codes. Michael Jackson had vitiligo, right? Nowadays, there's so many different models. There's so many different people with that same skin disorder that you see blotches on their skin, right? So Michael had an ailment that affected his appearance, right? And allowed himself to be judged by millions of people for his appearance. So, he doesn't want to be black. He wants to be, he wants to change his color. He doesn't believe in his nationality and all this stuff. You know how people are, right? Sounds like a starseed to me. So he was being judged for his appearance, and he was in the public eye with a high purpose. Sounds like a starseed to me, people. Okay? Like, whenever you have a high purpose, naturally in this world, for some reason, the powers that be, the dark forces, the entities, they're going to do everything in their power. They're going to do everything in its power to put you down, to drag you down, right? To try to pervert everything that you got going on, right? You have a high purpose. You want to bring love into the world. You want to bring people together. You want to save the children. You want to bring children into a place where they can actually create the world and make it a better place. But no. You're too powerful, so we're going to try to tear you down. That sounds like a starseed to me, people. So if you want to ask me, was Michael Jackson a starseed if I had to put my money on it? I would say he was. Okay? So, man, there will never be another Michael Jackson on this earth. As far as the character, as far as somebody who embodied Christ consciousness more than him. The innocence that he's carried throughout his entire life is what we all should try to be like. Okay? So there will only be one Michael Jackson, but ladies and gentlemen, there will be many starseeds that come on this earth to share in a purpose and to share in a vision. Maybe instead of music, maybe it's podcasting, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's being an artist, right? Maybe it's being, you know, whatever your path of art is, that is your purpose. That is what you bring to the world. That's your purpose, is how you make people feel when you're doing what you are born to do. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Talking about Michael Jackson is always fun, but the man had a gift, and the gift goes well deeper than just his dance moves. His dance moves communicated the rhythm of the music. This man would wake up at 3 a.m. with downloads that he would get from the universe. Michael Jackson was in tune, people. Michael Jackson would always talk about this in interviews. He would say, where does it come from? It comes from above. It comes from the universe. He would say this, bro. He would wake up at 3 a.m. with downloads in different rhythm and beats of a song, and then go to the studio to record. Michael Jackson would script. He would look into the mirror and say, I am the greatest entertainer in the world. He would write it down. Bro, this man was in tune, bro. Michael Jackson was a starseed, people. Okay? So, if you're new to the channel, man, hit the like and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna catch you in the next video.